guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm about to get ready for work. I just got out of the shower, so my hair is like a hot mess, but I wanted to get this filmed before I go to work today, and that, oops, it's upside down. And that is my most recent Nightworms package. So it is July 11th at 7-Eleven. I went and got a free Slurpee today. And my package has just arrived, and we're gonna open her up. For those of you guys who do not know, Nightworms is a monthly horror book subscription package. Every single month you'll usually get 2 books, usually 2 novels or a short story collection. Sometimes you'll get exclusive reprintings, limited editions, like first looks at things. Really, really fun box. I've been subscribed to it since like April of 2020. You also get some coffee, tea, or hot chocolate alongside a bookmark, and usually some stickers or magnets. Really, really fun box. It's introduced me to a lot of new authors and a lot of my now go-to authors since I've been subscribed to it, so I really, really love it. It does retail for $39.99 every single month plus shipping and handling, which comes out to about $49 and change for me. So for the price of 2 new books, you're kind of saving like between $10 and $20 with it. So that's kind of how the price is justified for me. But let's open her up and see what we have this month. I don't remember who the authors are. I did look at the sneak peek. I know that for the August month, I'm like pumped because it's one of the books that I've had on my list to read. But I feel like they haven't had a lot of authors or books that were on my 2025 most anticipated this year. And in years prior, they definitely did. So definitely interested to see who all of these new authors are, because a lot of them have also been authors I haven't heard of. But we're going to start with our goodie bag. So we've got what looks like a paperback and a hardback in there. But let's go in through the goodie bag first. Alright, so this month's theme is sharp edges. We get some like sharp edges on the bookmark. I love these bookmarks. They've all been done by the same artist since I first subscribed, and I think it's fabulous. See, we have 2 book plates, so I'm going to look at those later. We have a sticker that says, "I take photos of books," with a little skeleton and some mushrooms taking photos of books. And then we have a like medieval looking girl with like a morning star sticker as well. Our spoiler card, which we'll look at later. And then we have some tea, and it's flower and fruit loose tea pack. Double red rose, jasmine, tangerine peel, ooh, and rock sugar. I love rock sugar. Rock sugar immediately makes tea so yummy. It's like a special type of sugar. I really know nothing about it, but every time I've had it in tea, it tastes divine. All right, let's open it up. All right, I'm gonna grab the paperback first. Okay, so our first book is Beauty in the Blood by Charlotte Carter, who is the author of Rhode Island Red. I have not heard of this book or this author before. And you've got kind of like the red silhouette of a woman on the cover. And let's see what it says. Sarah Toomey is a successful young black lawyer, lovely but straight-laced, and afraid that she is losing her mind. Since the death of her mother, a force she can neither understand nor control is manipulating her memory and driving her to unexplained acts of violence. At the same time, Sarah is swept up in a highly charged relationship with a work colleague that pretends a danger of its own. As she moves through her privileged life in New York, Sarah comes to learn how her past, her haunted history, is intertwined with America's. Yvonne Howard was born into the working class. Now, after years as a prison guard, she has reinvented herself. Her passion for cooking has landed her a position at a trendy soul food restaurant. The future looks bright, until an ex-inmate named Biddy appears, demanding Yvonne's help investigating her brother's shocking death. Pulled back into a world of ugly violence, Yvonne finds herself in the unlikely role of detective. She must unravel the dark and blood-soaked history that not only doomed Biddy and her brother, but also determined beautiful Sarah Toomey's fate. Sarah Toomey a ghost? I think this is like a crime thriller. I don't think this is a horror novel. I'm like reading some of these excerpts, and like they're like crime reads. It says that there's like cliffhangers and clues dropped, so I definitely don't think this is a horror novel. I think this is definitely more of a crime thriller. But cool. I don't know Charlotte Carter, but very, very interesting. And it's set in, seems to have like 1865. Yeah, okay, cool. So we could be like, and then it seems to go back between 2000 and 1865. Ooh, I like that. I definitely like that it's kind of jumping back and forth. Let's see, it says that this is by Vintage Books. I wonder if this is new or if this is a reprinting. Let's find out. Nope, it was written in 2025. Okay, cool. There you go. All right, and then next up we have Smile for the Cameras by Miranda Smith. All right, and I guess we have like a house on camera right there. I don't know Miranda Smith either, but let's read about this. An actress desperate to reclaim her fame must survive the real-life plot of the horror movie that made her famous in the psychologically twisted locked room thriller. 20 years ago, Ella Winters was the it girl. She made a name for herself in Hollywood and throughout America as the sole survivor in the cult classic slasher Grad Night. But the real horror is what happened when the cameras weren't rolling. Something terrible that Ella and her co-stars agreed never to speak of again. Shortly after the movie's premiere, Ella disappeared from the acting scene under the pretense of caring for her ailing mother, hoping to ease her guilty mind with a quiet life out of the spotlight. Since her mother's passing, Ella has decided to return to the silver screen. And with the cast and crew of Grad Night in the process of filming a reunion documentary, Ella has an express ticket back into Hollywood's good graces, weighed down by the secret she's been keeping all these years. Ella apprehensively makes the trip to the original set, a cabin in rural Tennessee, to reunite with her castmates for the first time in more than a decade. But when the actors begin to meet the same gruesome fates as the characters they originally played, falling victim to someone dressed as the Grad Night villain, it's clear their secret is out. Now the question is, can the final girl survive one last nightmare? Interesting. Okay, I'm definitely interested in this. I do feel like recently I've read a lot of novels that are kind of these like meta, after the movie is over, stars return to the cabin or the scene of the events. Books recently, like I did just read Ex-Boogeyman by Christopher Triana, and How to Make a Horror Movie and Survive by Craig DeLuise. So this definitely seems to be like a trend in recent horror lit. I'm interested to see it though. I do like the meta-ness of it all. Kind of feels also like Final Girls by Riley Sager in premise, but interesting. Spooky cover too. Also kind of reminds me a little bit of Heads Will Roll, which I also read a couple months ago, but we shall see. All right, so let's go through the spoiler card. So we get Smile for the Cameras by Miranda Smith, and I believe we do have a book plate for that. And then we get Beauty in the Blood by Charlotte Carter, which we also have a book plate for that. We get the I Take Photos of Books graphic and the Babe in Shining Armor graphic. Oh, that's fun. Okay, there you are. This one's not super horror-y. I don't know how the medievalness of it relates to the usually the random stickers kind of relate to the books, but I don't know how that works here. And then we get the loose leaf tee and the Sharp Edges bookmark. Okay, interesting. I feel like Nightworms recently has been doing a lot of books, and I said this earlier, that like aren't a lot of the more anticipated reads that have been coming out, and I feel like in years prior they did a lot of books that were like, these are what I want to read, like they were on everybody's list and you would get them, like you would usually get like a Grady Hendrix or a Stephen Graham Jones release, and I feel like we haven't really been getting those this year. And I'm not hating on getting new authors, because I subscribe to Nightworms because I love the idea of being introduced to new authors that I'm unfamiliar with, and I've learned about so many through it. I'm just a little interested in why they've kind of taken the route of doing maybe some like, I don't want to say lesser known authors, because I love that they're doing that, but not balancing it out with some of the like must buy releases. So I know that next month has one that I'm really excited about, but it also has like something written by Mother Horror in it as well, which is just kind of like never actually a piece of fiction. So I'm just interested to see what the rest of the year is going to look like, because I don't know, I always get very excited when there's like a book that's coming out that's one of the ones that I knew I was going to read anyway, and I'm so excited for. Kind of wish they were balancing it a little better with new authors that they're trying to introduce people to, as well as some of like the standard classics. But I don't know, that's just my thought. But I am excited to read these. I do think Beauty in the Blood is going to be more crime thrillery than horror, and then Smile for the Cameras, I'm just a little hesitant just because I do feel like I've read this story before, but we will see. I will always give it a shot. Anyways, that is all that I have for you guys today. As always, I'm trying to post twice a week, and if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe buttons down below, and I will catch you on the next one. Mwah.